Hello everyone and welcome to the LSI F1 Grand Prix. Well, we're here today for the Australian GP round 1, season 3. We've grown quite a lot recently, and yeah, well, growing rapidly. New logos, new name. We've changed to make it a little bit easier, and a new driver lineup. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm just going to quickly go through the driver lineup right now. We've got, there you go. And so, that is Ferrari, Eiger Pro, Max Martin. So Eiger Pro won the championship last season. Got number 1 on their car, so nice to see. And yeah, very interesting. So at Ferrari once again, Max Martin earned his way up into Ferrari after the other guys ahead of him decided not to go to Ferrari. Onto Alfa Romeo. Strong has moved to Alfa Romeo along with Oliver Coupe. Got Tiff Honey and hold on, Biligan Beata at Toro Rosso. Then we'll have Sebok and Cisco Jr. at Renault, the 2 reserve drivers, so very nicely done, made it up into the league. Level Light move from Ferrari into Williams, so he could be with a friend of theirs, so a teammate, so nice to see. Hopefully they can maybe work out a strategy together today or something. We have PJ and Progza in the Racing Points teams once again. Hopefully Progza can get some good results and fight for the championship, as they're going to be in this whole season now. Mario and Captain. Mario moved over to Haas after letting Level Light into Williams, and Captain once again at Haas. Hopefully we can see them race today. I'm not sure if we will though, but it would be nice to see them. Then we move on to Mercedes, Flamings, and Arkin. They are at Mercedes. Okay, they're at Mercedes this time. So Flamings, very nicely done. Well, after Faz leaving the league for no apparent reason whatsoever, didn't say anything. Flamings has been able to move into his desired team, so they are in Mercedes, so very nicely done for them, and hopefully we can see Arkin racing a bit more in this season compared to last season. Magic and Vibes moved into Red Bull, so very nicely done. Yeah, they earned that place after the Red Bull guys moving, after Definitely Raymond also retired from the league. We should see them back in the future though. We've got Vulcan on the second once again at McLaren. Hopefully they can get some better results, so it'll be interesting to see them to work their way up. Thank you for Vibes for subscribing. Thank you very much. And yeah, that's the second subscriber. Right, time to go into a track guide. So, as you can see at the bottom left, we've got a track recording in the Ferrari cars. We go into turn 1. That's the DRS zone, by the way. So go into turn 1, another DRS zone on the straight here, and into turn 2. I don't really know which turns are what, but into this chicane, keep it nice and tight. Go wide on there. I mean, this is the line that I take anyway. So nice through there. Don't go on the curb too much, or you might spin. And yeah, you can lose a bit of time here. You gotta make sure you don't wheel spin too much. Especially in the rain, and it will be raining today, by the way. This place here, very popular spot to overtake on lap 1, so that's going to be interesting to see some dive bombs around that time there. And then we come into the next straight, and now through this fast part of the track, careful not to spin, in onto the next DRS zone. And the drivers should be readying up, by the way, right now. But we're going to carry on with this. Into the last sector of the track, into the last chicane. Try and keep it nice and tight through here. And onto the last straight here. And DRS wide open. Main place to overtake. So that has been your lap. And yeah, that will go on loop. But thank you very much. Hey, let's do full quali. Yeah, no, not at the moment. We can't do full quali. I don't really have time for that tonight, unfortunately. So yeah, but we should be ready to go. And sorry, just checking that. Yeah, should be ready to go. And here we go. So now we should be almost ready to go. And yeah, so just I went through the driver the review of season 2 previously, and that was Pro won the championship there, and runner up to Level Light. Level Light did really well to get runner up, even though they didn't win, so that was interesting to see. Then we also had we also had Rupert took the win of the championship after of the best of the rest championship after PJ didn't actually make it into the race. And then we had who was it? Oh, I'm just forgetting everything here. This is going terribly. So yeah, that was pretty much it. We got Max Martin competed in every single race in season 2, so that was really great to see from them. Hopefully they can get a good result today in their new team, and we should be ready to go on a lap with Strong here. Hopefully they can set a good lap time. This guy won the championship of season 1. A little bit of a drift there, but yeah, they just gonna go like that. Fastest lap, fitted tyres, and we will go for that. That will be our, or not the telemetry, because that can be in the way. We will go for that. And yeah, so Strong last time around, well, in season 1 championship winner. In season 2 they won a few races that they competed in. They did well in the others that they competed in, but they didn't actually compete in that many. So hopefully they can compete a bit more in this season and get the job done, and hopefully bring home some good points and challenge for the title. We've just had Magic, Progza and Cisco all set a time there. Cisco just setting a 134, Vibes just ahead of that. Progza 133.9, very nice. And Magic just setting the pace by quite a hell of a margin in the rain with a 133.4. So nice from the Red Bull driver, number 97 car. And that was a car getting out of the way there. It was a Renault. And it was Cisco, so Cisco set a lap quite a while ago. I didn't realise that. But I'm just going to check. We got Strong, very nicely done, into second place. So a 133.8. So that looks like the current pace in the rain right now. But when we get to about 9 minutes, I think it should start to clear up. So you will see people... we'll see people go out again that time of the session. Who was behind the McLaren there? Looks like a Mercedes. And... I think it's I think it's Flamings. Unfortunately, it looks like Arkins missed the race, so they won't be in their Mercedes car. That's why you've got Pink, and Pink looks like they're going to get in the way of the lap. That isn't ideal. Yeah, that isn't great, but never mind. That might be investigated into the races. That's only if Flamings wants it to. Otherwise, it will be left alone. And Flamings goes a bit wide onto the grass there. But, like I said, it will dry up later on. So hopefully it doesn't hinder anyone too much now. As long as people don't DNF the car, as PJ nearly has here. They've just spun. But Looks like they're all right now. They're onto the track and off they go. Meanwhile, Tea with Honey and Sebok have set a lap. Very nicely done. Very competitive lap times. A 1:33.5. So close to Magic. Strong set another lap time. A 1.5. So they're very close together. And yeah, well, Sebok a 1:33.178. So that's very nicely done in the top there. So yeah, it's going to be great to see if they can keep that into, well, when it gets drier, if they can keep that pole position and well, take the first win of season 3. Who else have we got setting a lap? We got Iger Pro and Mario have both set a lap recently. Mario's just come in a 1:34.18. Iger Pro just set a lap and has just come in now a 1:34.351. So I think that everybody's pretty much going to come into the pits now, wait for that 9-minute mark maybe, and get out. Going to probably get some soft tyres on and try and set a fast lap. Oliver Coop's out right now, so they will be going to start their first lap of the session. So hopefully they can do a nice lap as they cross the line. Into turn 1 they go. Tidy corner. Just got to be careful in the rain. Looks pretty smooth so far. Bit wide there, but in the rain you need to take a different line, so that's not the worst idea. Not going over to the curb too much there to prevent the spin, so that's very nice. Slowing down a bit here in the rain. Actually, you can see it's drying up a bit now, so not going to be the best tyres at the moment. They're going to be very, very slow, so I don't know if we'll see Oliver Coop finishing this lap, or if they will maybe change. Yeah, I don't think they're going to finish this lap. We'll see. They might do. As you see, Cisco Vibes, they've both fitted the soft tyres. They're not out yet, but they have fitted them on. You see, Vulcan doesn't even set a lap, and they're into the pits. A Pink did that as well. So, yeah, they got a similar strategy there. We'll see what Oliver Coop does in a minute. But Flaming's now on an out lap onto the intermediate. So I think they're going to have to go in again. Max Martin hasn't been out pretty much. Yeah, so the top 9 have been out. So we'll probably see them out again. Level Light's just like, he's on a lap. It's not going to be great. John's left the session. Okay. They should be able to rejoin fairly easily, just using that take control button. So that should not be a problem. And we're just going to look, see if we can see. We've got Cisco and Vibes. They're out on their laps. We've got Progs. No, Mario's out on a lap on the intermediate tyres. So that's a bit strange. But, well, that was his choice. Level Light didn't actually set a lap then with their intermediate tyres. So they decided to stop. We got Magic will go out on the medium tyres. Looks like Sebok's going to go out, and they are. They're going to come out onto the hard tyres. So are they going to try and start the race on the hard tyres? That would be interesting, seeming that the middle of the race will be wet compared to the other dry first and last section of the race. So that's going to be an interesting strategy. Not the fastest one, I don't think. But, well, hats off to them. Have a good go. And just gonna send that message in the chat. Sorry about that. And we go. Strong on and out. No, Progster and Strong, they're on an out lap. So Progster decided to not go for that lap, and they are hopefully going to be able to improve. A lot of talking going on in the Discord server. Go and join that if you haven't, by the way. A lot of talking. They've been talking about how they don't really like the rain, so it's been interesting to see from them guys. And yeah, well, yeah, I wonder what's going to happen. It's been quite a difficult track. I know Ruber did some practice. You go and check his stream out. He streams the F2 League, by the way, so that'll be tomorrow at 6 o'clock. But BST. CST will be 9 o'clock or 9 p.m. And so Rubert, yeah, struggled a bit. Looks like he struggled a bit on the practice laps that I've seen him do. Hopefully they can work that out. Looks like level light teammate's going to clash. Moves out of the way onto the grass. So good kind of teamwork. That was very close. But quite a nice save. It didn't help too much, but it was a nice save. Well done for level light. Getting out the way there. Very nice teamwork. Yeah, that was interesting. But we're just going to carry on board with Rubert. Going into Sector 2 now. Not too many mistakes right now. So, nice curve there. Have to clout that one a bit because you have to go over it a bit because otherwise it's not too fast. You've got to get it just right though, because if you go over it too much you will slow down a lot. If you don't go over it at all you will lose time. So it's interesting. There you go. Very nicely done there. That was that's a place where a lot of people spin, so very nicely done. Going very wide there and very tight. Didn't invalidate their laps, so yeah, that was quite quick for any driver there. So that'll be interesting to see where he goes. And he goes into the pit, so okay. I didn't realise that. That was interesting. Haven't set a lap yet, and we only got 5 minutes left to go, so they're going to go into get some different tyres on, I think. Sebok went and set a provisional pole with the hard tyres, but has just been beaten by Vulcan and Magic. Vulcan did a very nice job there. Once again, back in the top with the qualifying laps. This guy really amazed us in Season 1. Had some good qualifying sessions in Season 2, but they never really had any luck in the races. So hopefully Vulcan here in Season 3 can be in for a good result if they can carry on this performance into the race. So that was a very nice lap from them. Igapro just goes and sets a third place on the soft tyres as well. Just behind, very, very close to Vulcan there. So very similar lap time, but just behind. Magic's quite a, well, not quite a bit, about a tenth ahead. And we've got Strong, goes and sets a fourth place. Flamings beats that. Very nicely done into the 1.5. So this is very, very close now. Strong was on 2-lap-old tyres though, so maybe that's the reason for him not being as quick as the top guys. But it doesn't. I don't know if they're going to have time to go in, or if they have any more. And that's Level Light. Level Light's retired from the session. Where are they on the track? And can we go to the McLaren in time? And there, they were just there. I could see that. Can we go on with a racing point? I don't think we. No, I can't see the racing point quick enough. And that's Level Light into the wall there. That was the wall that, yeah, it's right there. Caused quite a few issues in Season 2. A lot of DNFs on that corner. You just go onto the curb that I said you can spin on. And, yeah, it just chucks you into the right side of the wall. And you will most likely DNF. So hopefully we won't see that in the race. But just because he was probably pushing a bit too hard. But in the end, that's how it ends. And, oh, good night there. Going a little bit wide on the exit there. But they go and set a 12th place. So, nice and up there. Tea of Honey, meanwhile, going to set a lap time. PJ doesn't really need to move out of the way. So, yeah, should have given Tea of Honey a bit of a tow. So, that could help him. We'll see. We'll see if it helps them in their lap. So, just going to ride on board. As they go into the second sector now, 3 seconds, just under 4 seconds actually from their wet lap time. So very nice to see from them. And hopefully they won't do what Level Light did here. Are they slowing down? I don't think they are. I don't know, they're not going as wide as I thought they would. Looks like... I'm not sure what they're doing, but we've only got 2 minutes left. You can see a train of cars leaving the pits there. I wonder who that includes, if we can go and see. Oh, I can't really find it. Looks like, yeah, so we got a Ferrari. That's Iger Pro. And Vulcan and Red Bull Magic and another one, so a pink, I think. So 2 McLarens, a Red Bull and a Ferrari. That's got Max Martin just behind there as well, just left the pit. So hopefully they can... Oh no, they're actually on a lap now. So hopefully they can set a good lap without the guys on the out lap getting in the way. As you see, they're just coming towards the slower guys on their out laps. They might be in a good position here for some tow. If the guys get out the way, though, hopefully they don't get in the way of this corner here, because that will be a very difficult situation. I don't think they will, so they could get a nice tow here. Nice and tight over there. Oh, and that's the pink! Oh, spun off there. I didn't really quite see that, but we're going to try and stay with Max to see if he can improve with that little... Well, he didn't really get much of a tow there, because Pink did spin off on the track there. So that might be their qualifying session over. And Vulcan in the way a bit, and Max just has to tuck in behind, gets a little bit of a touch, and that's going to slow him down quite a lot. Vulcan does move out on the straight, but unfortunately that might have affected his lap, but I don't know if it will have too much. But that's a 121.9, so it's improved in the top 5 there, in the top 6 even, I should say, but very nicely done. Close to the top runners, and we've had Vibes just gone and improved, a 129.6, so very nicely done up the top there with the top guys in the top 6 as well. So just push Strong down. Strong, interesting to see, and that's Vulcan. Vulcan retired from the session. Where is Vulcan on the track? And can we go along with one of these guys here? Yeah, so Vulcan just up ahead. Oh yeah, that's been a place where people have crashed before. Just spun on the exit of that fast right-hander, and yeah, that can happen very easily, unfortunately. Rupert does go and finish the session. Beato just decided to retire the car. PJ has retired the car also. I think that's just what people do when they need to get out of the way on the track. So that will be their position. 7th Wallowy goes pushed down to 8th. Sebok moves up into 4th place. So they trying to set a low lap. Progzer goes and beats that into a 4th place on the medium tire. So they're going to be on a different strategy to the guys ahead. Beata's now in 11th, as I was going to say. Iger Pro can't beat Magic's time, a 121.3, just behind. Very close though. Unfortunately, just missed out. And Flamings has taken provisional pole. Can Magic do it? Can he take it back? And no, he's put the brakes on. Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame for Magic, but Flamings looks like he might be able to take pole. Who else can improve? Strong can't improve. Vibes is going a little bit too slow on the... Yeah, too slow on the exit there. So that looks like Flamings will take pole position for the Australian GP Round 1 Season 3. So very, very nicely done from Flamings. Going to be a good start of the race for him. And yeah, so Magic just behind, just got beaten very close. But well, it was around 2/10 ahead. So that's actually very nicely done from Flamings. Just behind Magic and Iger Pro. That's your top 3 there. Just going to quickly scroll down to the bottom for them guys at the back. Actually, Vibes get pushed down to 8th there. So they were in the top 6 or the 5th when I last checked. So dropped down a bit. Looks like John hasn't set a lap time. Neither is Level Light or a Pink. So yeah, that's interesting. Level Light probably not too happy with that, as they had to DNF there. So hello everyone and welcome back. We're just on the formation lap and getting underway. Unfortunately, had a few connection issues there, so yeah, that was a shame once again. But never mind. Looks like we had... Okay, that was weird. Had somebody random join the session, but looks like we've got our full grid once again. Flamings pole position, Magic just behind, Iger Pro, Vulcan, Progzer, Sebok, Strong, Vibes, Max Martin, Ruber in 10th, Beata, Tear of Honey just behind his teammate Mario, PJ, Cisco Jr., first guy to set a lap, and unfortunately only down in 15th in the end. Goodnight, 16th place, Oliver Coop, 17th place, a Pink, Level Light and John but all three didn't manage to set a lap time there. But we are about to go racing at the Australian GP. And here we go. The cars are set. And it's lights out and away we go. Who gets the best start? Looks like Flamings has got an epic start. And Magic just going to have to fend off Igapro. Igapro, nicely done. Who's got behind? It looks like all strong. Just blocked a bit by Progzer, but Progzer is there. Can he get it done around the outside? Oh, that was close. Looks like, oh, we got a Mercedes off in the background. That's good night. Sorry, I need to get all the things here. There we go. And get that ready for you. There you go. And so we've got now, looks like Vulcan's moved down. Vulcan's had an incident, I think. Are they off? They're off on the track. Oh no, they've spun. They've spun again. They've reset to track. That was a bit risky there, but unfortunately, it looks like they've lost a few positions. Look, oh, they got clouted by Pink there, and now Pink's lost their win. That was interesting. They're slowing down on the track now. Okay, interesting behaviour there, but good night after going wide on the track. They're just behind Vulcan, so hopefully they can make some positions. Flamings is doing an absolute flying start. First lap. Oh, Igapro on the inside of Magic. Can he get it done? He does. Can Magic now take the position back? Oh, he's close. He will have slipstream. He's not going to have DRS. It's only lap 2. He's going to be able to have another run into the next straight, but he might end up waiting for DRS anyway. Igapro's got some extreme pace right now, so it's very nice to see from Igapro there. And he looks like he's catching on Flamings already. We've got Sebok just behind in 4th place. And Progster, 5th place. These two guys are pretty much on a fight on their own now. Magic's breaking away a little bit there. Max Martin keeping nicely, but he's got Strong right behind him, keeping the pressure on. We've got Mario dropped back a bit there, but he's got Tea of Honey right behind him. That's interesting to see. Wow. And it looks like we're migrating host. Few issues there. That was dodgy. Okay. Now Mario's off the track. Can Tea of Honey get it done? They're going to be side by side. They should be able to go side by side. Or not quite. Yeah, I think he's going to have to wait again. Can he get the move done though? He's going to be able to go for it round the outside. Can he get it done? Very nicely. Oh, Mario defends and he able to make the switch back, and Mario might have to let it go, but he keeps it on the outside. Tiavani has to leave him room, and he's now on the inside once again. DRS will be enabled this lap, but not on this straight, so Tiavani's now going to have to, well, probably make the move. Mario should get a DRS on the next straight, and, well, watch out, we've got Vibes just behind, and we'll be waiting for these guys to finish their battle. And, well, we'll see. Oh, DRS isn't enabled. That was interesting. Looks like, oh, has there been a collision? Looks like Vibes is getting in this. He's getting in the fight. And this might mean that Mario's going to have to settle for 9th and not going to be able to fight back with Tea of Honey. Have we got any other guys closer? Magic very close to Igapro, but now Flamings is making the gap, opening up the gap very nicely there. Sebok's slowing down a bit, and looks like we've got Virtual Safety Car. Virtual Safety Car, good night at the back. Oliver Coop in the pit, so what has happened there? There's been a collision. Ruber in 17th. Have they got any damage? No. Okay, that was interesting. Just going to look who has pitted. Stops. And we've got Ruber, Oliver Coop, and Goodnight all on one stop. So that was interesting. So it looks like we've got some incidents there. John just got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane there for some reason. Not quite sure why though. But yeah, that's a shame. But not speeding in the pit lane, speeding under the safety car. So Oh, that, yeah, okay, never mind. And we are going racing again, and it's a bit over the place, to be honest. We're just going to look at the tyres. Looks like, so we got 3rd, 4th, 5th, 8th and 9th, 12th and 13th, all on medium tyres. Also Oliver Coupe. Oliver Coupe's pitted though, so that's why they're on the medium tyres, looks like. It's going to be interesting. I don't know what's going on with the internet right now, but we will try and power through. It looks like Progs' DNF from the session. They've crashed. Oh, that's a very awkward place on the track. PJ just missing that. And it looks like Vulcan's... oh, that's a very nasty place. And yeah, just going onto that curb. That's what causes it. We've also had a Pink who's DNF'd. And they... Where are they on the track? Their car's despawned, it looks like. But I just saw Vulcan was having some troubles with his tyres there. Locking up all 4 tyres and spinning. That's a hell of a shame for Progser there. Progser is in for a good result after last season showed some very promising pace, but unfortunately that looks like it will be it for them. And I didn't know if there was an incident with Flamings. Flamings must have made a mistake or something, because now Eiger Pro ahead with 5-second gap. And can Eiger Pro now take the win of the Grand Prix? That's going to be interesting, because there's going to be rain shortly in the session. And the rain's just started here right now. You can see it on the screen. And, well, now 5 laps in. That was interesting. Now, what's going to happen with the strategy-wise? So I think everyone is going to have to go onto the intermediate tyres and then come back out on the soft. So the guys on the mediums might be struggling. Well, I say struggling. Their strategy might not have worked as well as they probably thought, unfortunately. But yeah, they're... Well, Flamings, I don't know what happened. Magic's not that close either, so the top 3 are pretty much scattered quite a distance away. Maybe Flamings is struggling. Hopefully Eiger Pro can try and redeem himself from last time around at Australia, where actually last time they crashed into the wall, where we saw Level Light go out in qualifying this season. So hopefully they can redeem themselves and take the win finally at Australia. Just make sure they keep an eye on the gap. I don't know if... doesn't look like Flaming's got any damage. It might just have some old... the tyres are just starting to show some wear. We've got Oliver Coupe already pitted onto the intermediate tyres. They're ghosting because they've just had to get out of the way and they've crashed. They've lost their front left part of their wing. That's a hell of a shame. We've also had Good Night. Just looked like they've pitted onto the hard tyres, even though it started to rain. So that's interesting. But Level Light is getting... not Level Light. Oliver Coupe got very prepared there, but I think it's a bit too soon. And they've got damage now on their car. So that's going to be a bit of a pain for them. John also struggling a little bit there. Just taking it easy over the curbs. Now it's starting to rain. Ruber going out. They're not going into the pits this time around. I think there's going to be 1 or 2 more laps until everybody's going to need to start to change. Vibes down into 14th place now. I think they must have had some sort of collision then. Oh no, they're on the intermediate tyres, so they've gone in right now, and hopefully they can out-strategize, is that a word, everyone? And so yeah, very nicely done. Well, hopefully we can see that work out for them later on in the race. Vulcan, 5th place, 13th, and 5 lap old tyres, sorry. And hope they might go into the pits. And we've got a Beata and PJ battling it out onto the straight. Will there be the DRS? But there won't be any moves done. The DRS should be disabled in the rain. So that's going to be interesting to see. PJ not having to defend right now, but might struggle in a bit. And no, that was a car off. That was Level Light. Level Light's crashed again. Australia's sure proving to be a difficult track for these guys. Tiffany goes and gets a 3-second time penalty. Level Light's okay. I don't know what's going on there, but they're going to go into the pits for some probably intermediate tyres. Or I think they were just setting the engineers to get them some medium tyres. Probably that's probably why, I think. But yeah, very interesting that only a few people are making these stops. PJ's either had a mistake, or Beata's just been able to get past and do a very nice job. And Good Night's retired from the session. Good Night there. Oh, that's commonplace to crash your car. That's where Level Light was, and iGPro in Season 2. So yeah, that's a hell of a shame for them, but they will have to settle now, and hopefully they can make a good comeback into the next race, or if we can get the F1.5 league running. And oh, that's a touch from Strong's hit the back of Max there, got damage on his wing, and Max had some damage there. Luckily now they're probably going to be able to change their strategy, but that's I think Strong's just struggling there on the tyres, and they will be into the pits now. Max isn't following on. Wow, okay, I didn't expect that at all. Max is going for another lap, and wow, okay, he's not going to be happy with that at all. But our previous race leader now into 9th place after they've just gone into the pits to get some tyres on. So maybe the other race leaders will follow on. iGPro very nicely into the lead. Just going to quickly check the interval for the leader and see. So Flamings was in 2nd, I believe, when they pitted, and they're 27 seconds behind, and it's about 21 seconds to become level with the person if the leader pit stop to come level with the person behind it. So it's got to be about 21 seconds. So he's going to want to try and keep that, I'd say, around 25 seconds to make it safe. And then so I reckon he might pit now, and yeah, you can see him have a little bit of a drift there. So I reckon he might pit now, and we'll see them go onto the intermediate tyres and wait for it to dry up. Or are they going to? Yet they are. I thought they weren't then. And so that is them into the pits for the first stop of the session. So is Magic. Will Sebok follow on? Yes, they will. Tea of Honey bound to follow on. Looks like they're struggling with the pace. Lost a lot of grip. Can't really see it with the graphics. And looks like Mario's going to stay out. Looks like they'll take the lead of the Grand Prix, but they're staying out, which is very interesting to see, as we now head on to lap 9 of 29 of the Australian Grand Prix. We'll probably pit next time, but that was a very interesting strategy. PJ goes and gets a 5-second penalty there. And yeah, that's a shame. Flaming's pitted too early, I think, says Progzer. Yeah, I don't know. Might have done. 1 lap early, though. Earlier than the guys. I mean, I'm not sure. He might have done. But we'll see. The weather will dry up later on in the session towards the end of the race. So we'll see what happens there. Everybody's probably going to have to... Well, they will have to make another pit stop. So it's going to be interesting. So now, yeah, Flamings did pit maybe a little bit too early. Now has come out behind Magic. 2 seconds now behind. And yeah, that's going to be a hell of a shame. Sebok did go in, and the only other guys on soft tyres right now are Cisco and Vulcan. So these guys in 7th and 8th for right now, but they will drop back a little bit later on. Max Martin, they have solved that issue with their tyres. Beata now in the middle from where of Strong and Max. They both had their incident and unfortunately had some damage, but looks like they're alright now. And Vulcan, Strong theoretically in 7th place because of the tyres. Or actually maybe because Mario's on Magic, so maybe 6th place right there. We've got the only other person on the dry kind of compound tyres is John, struggling a little bit there off track. Don't have to move out the way for anybody yet. They're probably going to go into the pits for some intermediate tyres now, I assume. And we're going to see them. They're just braking a little bit too late, struggling in the wet. And that's a hell of a shame. But they will come into the pits and they will put those intermediate tyres on. So, yeah, very nice to see from them. Now, the two guys, Cisco and Vulcan, have both pitted right now. Where will Cisco come out? He's coming out quite further down from where they were. But now, pretty much, yeah, everyone will be on the soft tyres, intermediate tyres even, and now we're ready to go for the, well, I say the middle part of this race as the rain starts to heavily kick in right now. It will be drier later on in the session though, so it's going to be interesting strategy. This is not over. Flaming struggling quite a lot. Now got a 4-second gap between him and Magic. Sebok, very nicely done, has made it up, well, very close to Flamings. No DRS now, but he's going to be able to wait for any mistake that Flamings make and try and pick up on that and get some moves done. He's going to have some slipstream, so we will watch this battle right now as they're the furthest upper field and closest together. Sebok just struggling on putting the power down there, but he's got the toe. He's going to be dragged forward, well, not much at all, but didn't lose any time, and Flamings goes very nicely over that corner there. That was a very, very tidy corner, and well, that was quite quick and a bit risky, as you saw Sebok deciding not to do that. Meanwhile, wow, Vibes goes and gets a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. I thought it was only 5. That's interesting. I thought it was only 3 actually. So that's not going to make him too happy. And Sebok, these two guys are still following on with each other. Tea of Honey, 7 seconds behind. Hopefully they can make their way up. I think they started in around 10th. So they've done a nice job so far. But hopefully they can make up quite a few more positions. Maybe. I don't know. And Magic closing in on Igapro now. Igapro maybe not as quick as they were in the dry. So they might be able to speed up later on in the session. But it looks like Magic has got a very nice rhythm going right now. And yeah, they're closing very closely. They're drifting a little bit through the corners. But that's expected in the rain. So, yeah, they're closing in quite nicely now. You lost 5 seconds and the position to Magic. Wow, that's when Flaming's pitted. So that's very interesting. And that's Vibes actually pitting for another set of intermediates. That's interesting. Maybe they've had a collision or something. Interesting to see. And here goes Ruba on the... Oh, very tricky part to overtake. Has to push a bit wide. Vulcan, fair enough. Don't want to go over that curve because they could have spun. Defending though as well. That was a very risky move. If it was going to actually try and work. These goes very close together in the rain. It's very tricky to do. Can he get anything done? Vulcan going a bit wider there. Got to be very careful on the brakes, especially with the rain, as you don't expect it sometimes to make you slip so much. Now, doesn't look like it. And John retired from the session in the Haas car. Looks like they've just retired their car. We might be able to see them with Magic, the battle with Magic and Igapro, but looks like they've just retired their car on the track, on the start-finish straight, as you can see. We can't actually go on board with their car though, but that will be the end of their race. First race as a reserve driver, unfortunately not finishing it. But it is their first time in a race league, I think. They haven't really played the game too much, so hats off to them for actually giving it a go. So very nicely done from John, but just didn't quite work out today. Can Sebok make a move though? Just having to slot behind Flamings, not really finding any opportunity to get past at the moment. Tea of Honey gaining a bit, now 1 second closer to where he was to Sebok. Mario dropping a little bit with, well, we've got pretty much consistent gaps between everybody. A bit of a gap between Magic, Mac Martin and PJ. Cisco, yeah, everybody's pretty far apart. Vulcan did have to give the position to Rupert. Rupert struggling a little bit there. The two Williams, 12th and 13th, not as far up as I thought they might have been, but it's Australia and it's in the rain, so it's going to be tricky for everyone. I think that's a very tricky circuit for everyone. And, well, Level Light goes and gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings there, so that's interesting to see. But so far it looks like Eiger Pro still in the lead, half a second ahead. Magic's keeping with him nicely though. Can he get anything done on this straight? Eiger Pro's going to have to get a terrible exit if he wants to there. He's got a very nice few corners there. And it looks like just open the gap from about 4 to 7, but he's going to be able to close on the little slipstream here. Probably not going to be able to get anything done though. You have to pretty much sit and wait for the guy ahead to make a mistake, to actually make a move. And well, that's a shame, but Flaming's just gone and got a 3-second time penalty there for extending the track limits. That means Sebok is theoretically actually in 3rd place there in podium position, unless they have any time penalties also. And that's Oliver Coop retired from the session. Oliver Coop's off. We're going to try and see if we can see on Rupert's camera. And unfortunately they've crashed out there, just probably outbraking themselves and going onto the slippy part of the track. And that looks like it will be their end of the race. And Vulcan as well. Vulcan retiring from the session. That's a virtual safety car again. Can we see Vulcan's car? I don't know if we're going to be able to see it, if it's going to despawn, but it's around here. Yeah, it's a very common place to crash your car, and Eiger Pro is going to be able to see that and think that's where he crashed his car last time in Season 2, so it's a lesson to everyone. Magic now is going to have a chance to get close. Well, I think they're going to have a chance to save their tyres. I think it would have been better for everybody if this virtual safety car was around when oh, and we're going racing already, and Magic had to, he accelerated, and then he had to put the brakes on to reduce his delta, and then the safety car, or the virtual safety car, left, and Eiger Pro was able to just accelerate while Magic was putting the brakes on, so it caught Magic sleeping a bit there, and or napping, and yeah, very nicely done for Eiger Pro there, the champion, and he's made a very good getaway. Now got the gap up to 1 second, and now Magic's going to have to try and work his way back up. I think Flaming's gained a bit of time on Magic there, so maybe picking up the pace, but he's got some serious pressure from Sebok. Sebok is not giving up, and Cisco Jr. then, Cisco leaving the session in 11th place there, unfortunately just maybe disconnecting, I don't know. But that looks like that'll be it for them today. Unless they can rejoin, and they can retake control of their car. I think that was just them rejoining, so hopefully we can see them once again. Currently in ghosted mode. Yeah, interesting to see, but unfortunately they are going to have to, and they're back in the race, so that's very nice to see. And hopefully they can make up a position after obtaining a permanent seat in the league. Last minute actually did earn a seat at Renault, but did drop it very well just earlier on, and Cisco was able to hop into the seat and take that permanent seat. So very nicely done for Cisco there. But meanwhile, the closest battle right now looks like Magic. Sebok must have made a mistake or something, and looks like they've lost a bit of time to Flamings. Unless Flamings is picking up the pace, I think they are losing a little bit to Magic now. Magic very close to Eiger Pro, the side by side. Can he get anything done? Not quite. He's going to have to sit behind, but this will be interesting into the next. Well, it would have been a DRS zone, but it's not going to be in the rain. It's going to be interesting to that part of the section. Oh, Magic goes way too deep into the corner, hits the curb. That was almost the end of his race there. Could have ended up facing the wrong way on the track actually, but managed to save it, and now that's gonna mean he's gonna have to make that time up again. Now it's gone back to a 1 second gap, and Flamings is able to catch a little bit. He's gonna be able to see the car ahead. Shows that he's improving, but will he be able to get anything done? I don't know. Magic has got some extreme pace, but did make a mistake there. And obviously we've got the strategy to change once again towards the end of the Grand Prix. We've got Sebok close, keeping close to Flamings. These guys are just keeping the pressure on. Top 4, very close. Tiff Honey nicely gaining. He's gained about 2 seconds in the last, I don't know, 5 laps maybe? Not quite sure. But, just checking there. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Yeah, great to see that our community is growing, and we'll try and improve that experience for you as much as we can all the time. We keep growing every day, and hopefully we can become a very, very big league. And well, we've got Sebok closing in back in the racing, and can he get anything done? Magic very close as well. These front guys are just pretty much the only close guys. Looks like nobody's really moving anywhere. Vibes, unfortunately, at the back with quite a margin. Oh, and Magic very close. IGOPro makes a mistake, and now Magic has have the opportunity to get the position, but he's going to have to settle for it. And they're going to go side by side into the corner. Very risky corner. And Magic has to back off a bit there. That was interesting. I didn't expect Magic to do that, but now he's going to have a chance to go in to the corner. He's going to have to brake a bit. That forces IGOPro a little bit wide, as he didn't really know what to expect from Magic, especially after he went for that move earlier on. And here goes IGOPro. He's going to have to now get a good few sequence of corners to try and escape Magic. Magic now able to find the toe, and he's got a bit of a tail whip, if you like, a bit of a drift. Lost the rear end of the car, but he's got the toe. Can he make a move? And the next start finish straight, he's gained a bit at a slightly faster corner there, if you like. And can he get it done? Not quite. I think that's a wise move. And IGOPro is very, very deep into that corner there. He's going to have to give the position up. And that is Magic into the lead of the Grand Prix. Unfortunately, IGOPro made a bit of a mistake there. Went deep. But that's now Magic into first place. And, well, can IGOPro fix that? And can he get it back? He might be able to if he can get in the slipstream, but now Magic's got a clear road ahead, and well, he's got no dirty air, so it should be pretty simple unless IGOPro can gain. And looks like Magic's for some reason just able to just get away. He's got so much more pace in the car. All of a sudden he's just unleashed this pace, and now we're already at an 8 second well, a 0.8 second gap. You can see now, look, I think the weather's starting to clear up a little bit now. Just starting. And now we've got Flamings now actually able to gain onto the front guys. So now it's going to be a very close battle for the top 4. Sebok also gaining. Tea of Honey now only 3 seconds behind. So very nice to see from them. Oh, and one thing to remember is Flamings does have a time penalty, unfortunately, so that looks like it might ruin maybe their positions. Everybody's pretty much closing up to one another. And Magic in the lead, now 1.3 seconds ahead already. He's just extended the gap extremely quickly. I don't know how he's done it, but he managed to after taking advantage of that mistake from IGOPro. And unfortunately, IGOPro had to give up the position, slotting behind in second place. And, well, it looks like right now, looks like he will have to settle for that. That's the corner I was talking about there, where you've got to be careful that you don't wheel spin in the rain especially, because it will lose you a lot of time. And now, Flamings is able to gain. He's just got a different setup there. you could see that he was able to just go a lot quicker than Igapro into the corner. Sebok keeping closely. Nice to see. Different line there to Flamings. Flamings taking a slightly wider line. Sebok taking a very tight line, but a little bit slower, but pretty much a little bit slower, but tighter. And then the wider line was a bit quicker, but it was pretty much at the end, on the exit of that corner, pretty much the same same distance, if you like, behind each other. So it was a different line, but it was just as fast, it seemed. Can we get a top 4 battle for the final fight? Top 5 maybe, if Tea of Honey can gain in the next lap or two. That would be great to see. Sorry, I just left the race out of nowhere. I was just stopped because I didn't want to mess anyone races. That is absolutely fine. I appreciate your how do I say this? Respect for other drivers' safety, trying not to ruin their race and getting out the way. So that's a very wise move from John there. But it's a shame that his journey ended in round 1. But they should hopefully be back. You saw Tea of Honey there, just going back to the race. And looks like he had a bit of a drift on that fast right-hander. But he's managed to keep it. And he's gaining very quickly onto Sebok. Sebok must have made a mistake. Now Flaming's able to pick up the pace, maybe. I don't know who made the mistake or if Flamings was able to pick up the pace. But he's now very close to Igapro. And Magic is just... You can just see how much quicker he is. He's just really comfortable with this weather right now. I think he said on chat, I hate the rain. But he's obviously doing very well in it. And very nice to see. Hopefully they can take this further on into the win. After, well, I thought that was going to be a strategy. But only 9 laps left. And, well, it is getting sunnier. But will the track be too wet for, well, too wet for soft tyres and no need to change? That would be interesting to see. Especially with the tyres, and they will end up getting hotter and then they will start wearing down a lot quicker. We will also have DRS then, I believe. So, yeah, that will be interesting to see. Unless DRS won't be enabled because of the rain at all this race, but I'm not quite sure. But Igapro just going to have to try and fend off Flamings and try and keep the pace up. Flamings does have a penalty, so he's going to have to try and get a 3-second lead from Igapro if he wants to take second place. But it looks like Sebok is keeping nicely behind, so it might ruin his chances. Sebok just waiting, pretty much. So, nicely done from Sebok there. But he's just had the waiting game at the moment. Hasn't really been able to make a move on Flamings. But yeah, good pace so far from these top guys. Tea of Honey looks like he's dropping a little bit now. Everybody on quite old tyres now. Flaming's 1 lap older than everybody else, but it's proving to be not that much different to the guys. It's actually stopped raining now. It's just a wet track. So what's going to happen with strategy now? So we got about, well, I think about 9 laps to go now. So 8 laps to go even. So yeah, it's going to be difficult to say. It's going to be clear weather. So full sun. I don't know how quick the full sun. I don't know how quick the track will dry, but I think they will have the need to pit. Igapro once again going deep into that same corner where he lost the lead to Magic, and now Flamings is able to gain a bit of time there, and he might be able to even get a move done in the next straight. It's going to be interesting to see. He's got quite a lot more pace. He's just taking a different line, much more confident than Igapro going through the corners. Can he get a move done? And, well, it looks like he can go for it on the outside. Can he get it done? Igapro just breaks a little bit later, defends. Very nicely done. Shuts the door a bit. I think Flamings might have had to back off, but now he's going to go for it. And on this, there was very risky part of this circuit, and Igapro just might have to give up the position here. And they touch. Looks like Igapro had to needed to turn a bit more, and well, that was interesting to see. Now we've got DRS enabled as Magic. Oh, he hasn't crossed the line, so DRS will be enabled though. We've got these guys fighting it out. Will Sebok be able to make a move now? We've actually had PJ and Level Light both go into the pits for the soft tyres. Magic goes into the pits. Flamings doesn't go into the pits. Igapro reacts with that and goes into the pits. Sebok does too. Now, Flamings will take the lead of the Grand Prix. But is it a wise move? I am not sure. I don't think it is. He's going to struggle in a bit. So interesting to see. Will we see if we can see any spray from the car? There's no spray from the car. Okay. So it's pretty much completely dry now. So that's interesting to see. Can we see any other cars closer together? And oh, that was close. Level Light. Almost losing it there. That was very, very close. I think he had an incident there earlier on in the race. That was super close from Level Light there. But what a save. Very nicely done. And yeah, keeps it on track. Now, Vibes picked up about 4 seconds through the pit strategy, I think. But yeah, not really where they want to be with their new team, and yeah, not great for them right now, but hopefully their teammate, who's right now in second place, hopefully they can get a move done. Now Sebok did go into the pits, and now he's dropped behind Tea of Honey, so Tea of Honey's been able to pick up a place while they pitted, so very nicely done from Tea of Honey. Can Tea of Honey now potentially battle for the top onto the podium? Can he potentially go for the win? This guy's had some extreme pace, matching similar pace to Magic, I think. So very nicely done. The two Red Bull kind of teams, if you like, and well, proving interesting. Flamings does go into the pits right now. Where will he come out? He will come out ahead of Mario. Now, Mario, if he can get within 3 seconds of the car ahead, he will be able to take a position. He will be able to get 5th place because of Flamings having that 3-second time penalty. Or was it 10 seconds? I'm not quite sure. Someone got a 10-second penalty, but I think it's 3 seconds. So that's interesting to see from Magic there. PJ goes and gets us fastest lap. Very nicely done. And Level Light retired from the session. Unfortunately, we will see on Magic's screen here. It looks like... And that's a safety car. That's a full safety car. That's going to change everybody's strategy. Now everybody's going to have different strategies. And that's a Level Light retired from the track. That's an interesting space. He must have bounced across the track or something, or tried to keep it out of the right side of the wall and end up going into the left. Or has he just retired the car? It said AI on the top of his car, so I'm not sure if he just retired the car instead. That was interesting to see. Now, Vibes will be able to take a position and move up into 13th. So very nicely done for Vibes. Not into the points yet, but that's interesting to see. Where is the safety car right now? It's on the next start finish straight. So, well, next DRS straight. DRS is enabled, but we're going to have to wait. And everybody's going to have to queue up behind the safety car. This is going to enable Vibes and Rubert to both bunch up, I think. So that should be interesting to see. Actually, I think... What's going on with Rubert's car? I know that's an engine noise glitch, but it looks like... Okay, now he is going fast. I thought it was going a bit slower then. But Vibes, as I was saying, Vibes and Rubert, they should be able to gain up nicely as the front guys queue up on the track. Flamings now could be at risk to being taken by Mario. This could work out very nicely for Mario. First race with Haas should be good. This guy's very, very feisty on race starts, and well, on old tyres also, he doesn't give up. I remember that in Abu Dhabi, and very nice to see. And in Mario or in Singapore, had a very nice race. So I think also in, was it Mexico? Very great, very good start. So that was interesting. Vibes meanwhile goes and gets a 3-second time penalty. So that's unfortunate for him. But yeah, he's gonna have to just take that on the chin and hopefully make a move on Rubert. Might be able to get something done. He goes and gets another 5-second penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. Oh, wait, did he overtake all the guys in front to now go round again to bunch up to the pack? We're going to have to probably take it to around lap 27, so we're going to get 2 laps of racing. That's if Vibes manages to catch up to the safety car. Hopefully he can, because that will change everybody's... well, it will just pretty much keep this race as it is. Magic will take the win. Igapro will take second place. Tea of Honey now into third place. So Tea of Honey could take this third place. Sebok into fourth place. Flamings is in fifth place right now, but if that penalty happens, he could drop, I'd say around 3 seconds, he could drop all the way to 9th. So I reckon about 9th, maybe even 10th, so that's going to be interesting. Hopefully Vibes can get round to the track. He's around, I don't know, about halfway, but he's going a lot quicker to ever be ahead. He's going to have to put his foot down and try and get close. Get close. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Flamers is going to lose a lot of time because of not pitting. Yeah, I think he will. That's very true. Level light. Complete garbage race for me. Had a bad mistakes. I think that's Australia for you, to be honest. I think a very difficult track, and the curbs are unforgiving. That's where we've seen most of the DNFs, and yeah, it's just a very tricky track, and you can get very I don't know if you'd say unmotivated very quickly because of the difficulty of the track. So yeah, that's interesting to see. Did Flaming serve a penalty? I think he's got a 3-second time penalty. I'm not quite sure if he has any more. We can actually check that. Since we got to wait for Vibes, race director, incident. So Flamings does have, he's got a warning there. Should have another warning, one more warning, and then he will have a 3-second time penalty. So he does get a 3-second time penalty there. You get another warning. Yeah, that looks like it's it right now, so that's going to be interesting. We've got a 3-second time penalty for Beata as well, and Strong as well, so that's going to be interesting to see. Also on Level Light, who has DNF'd in the race though. Also Vulcan DNF'd in the race. Rubert has got a 3-second time penalty, so that might be good for Vibes. However, Vibes has got quite a lot of time penalties. PJ got a 3-second time penalty. John, who DNF'd, also got one. PJ another 5-second time penalty, so that's going to be interesting. And yeah, and Tiff Honey's got a 3-second time penalty, so that might ruin his chances of a win. That's a hell of a shame. 3-second time penalty for Rubert, another one. A drive-through penalty for John, but they did end up DNFing on the race, and that looks like it's it right now. So it's going to be interesting as Cisco goes and gets another a 5-second time penalty for a collision with Max Martin, but that's not really much of it's under the safety car, and well, it shouldn't affect anyone really. So I think that might be taken away, but I don't know if it will actually affect any race results. So that's 3 seconds, I think. But that will be looked into. Safety car will go in this lap. We will go on to lap 28 to to go racing for another, will that be 2 laps? So it's only going to be 2 laps, so pretty much a sprint race now. Everybody on pretty much the same age-old tyres. Flamings has got the youngest tyres here. Everybody's bunched up. There should be rooms for overtakes. There may be collisions also, unfortunately. But the time penalties will change it all, so I'm not quite sure what will happen. But we've got Magic, Eiger Pro just behind, Tea of Honey just behind them as well. Who's going to get the best run? Max Martin goes and gets a severe 5-second penalty as well. Magic puts the pedal down. He goes for the race start, and he's going to try and get Eiger Pro out of the slipstream, but Eiger Pro is sticking. And now here goes DRS. You get very wide there, Eiger Pro. Now can Tea of Honey? Oh, DRS isn't enabled yet. I don't think it will be enabled at all then. And here goes Tea of Honey. Can he get a move done? Not quite. Has anybody gone for the move? And it looks like Mario was able to make a move there. Strong looking for a move there, but doesn't manage to get it done. Cisco just keeping their positions. The bottom guys keeping their positions. Vibes look like they've had a mistake, not a collision yet. And, well, that's unfortunate for them. But yeah, that's a hell of a shame, but they might be able to make any positions. Here goes Eiger Pro. Can he get a move done? Flaming's very close behind. Sabok even. Tea of Honey, no. That's what I meant. Looking for anybody able to make a move. Looks like no one made a move yet. Can anybody further back? Just going to keep going further back. Can Tea of Honey make any moves? I don't think DRS is going to be enabled at all. As we now go onto the last lap of the Grand Prix, looks like Tea of Honey is going to be affected. So it could mean that Sebok goes and gets 3rd place. I don't know what penalty Sebok has got. Magic, meanwhile, goes and gets the fastest lap. Eiger Pro is very close behind. Will he get DRS? He doesn't. So DRS will not be enabled at all, and it's just pure slipstream here, like the classic races. Beata goes and gets a 3-second time penalty, unfortunately. We will focus, though, watching these top 3 guys who will come out on top. I think Eiger Pro, Magic will both take 1st and 2nd, time penalty-wise, and Sebok might be able to make a move on Tea of Honey because of the time penalties also. Looks like it's pretty much going to stay like this. Any guys be able to get any moves done? Looks like Cisco's made a mistake and unfortunately down into 12th now, so they will not take any points home. I think they were, or maybe they were in 11th anyway, so not affected them too much. But doesn't look like anybody's going to be able to make any kind of move. Strong might be able to do it. Can he get a move done on the last few corners of the race? He's very close. It's interesting to see if anybody will go for a move. Doesn't look like it at all. And, well, looks like Strong definitely goes onto it. Can he get it done? I don't know what I'm saying. And he does. He manages to get the move done. Very nice from Strong there. Last corner. Pretty much last corner. And he gets it done. Magic takes the win for the Australian Grand Prix, round 1 of the LSI F1 Championship. Very nicely done from Magic. Eiger Pro just has to slot in behind. Tea of Honey does take 3rd place on the podium. Mario is able to take 4th place because of time penalties. So Sebok must have had a few time penalties. So unfortunately, that looks like Sebok had to settle for 5th place. Very nicely done from Magic. Magic joins Red Bull and he manages to win on the debut for the team. Very nicely done from Magic. Went into season 2. I think he won Abu Dhabi and has won the next race. So this guy looking to be a championship contender, maybe championship winner. These 3 guys are going to be exciting to watch as they fight for the championship. That has been your podium today. Magic, Eiger Pro, Tea of Honey just behind. Now we are going to go through the grid as soon as we can. Magic takes the win, fastest lap also, I believe. Very nice, very close together though, everybody. Eiger Pro takes 2nd place. Tea of Honey just behind. Mario 4th place. Sebok 5th. Flaming's Strong takes 7th on the last lap, so very nicely done from Strong. PJ into 8th, Beata 9th, Max Martin, Rubert, Cisco, and then Vibes takes the last position of the cars that were still running. Level Light in 14th after DNFing. Vulcan, Oliver Coop, John, Goodnight, Progzer, and Pink. They all DNF, unfortunately, earlier on in the race. So that has been your LSI Grand Prix. Hello, everyone, and welcome. After the race, we've got the final, the top, I don't know, the top guys in the interview room here with Tea of Honey and Magic. We're going to interview Magic first of all. Nice to see you here, and driver interview first time, and I don't know what I'm saying, but how was your race overall? How would you rate that?
I don't know, man. It was quite a tough race, I would say.
Yeah.
Because of all the weather coming down in the different ways, different times, and overall, I'm quite happy with how I driven.
Yeah.
So
you had some extreme pace on the car there. So how was qualifying?
Actually, qualifying was quite interesting because you put a banker lap in on the intermediate tires, but they're just just a provisional lap time. And then I did quite a nice lap on medium tires, and just before the end of quali, I had time to go on to pole on the soft tires, but I decided I'll stay on the mediums for the race start, since I didn't know when the rain was going to come in the race, so I wanted to have the opportunity to run the longest, which didn't matter that much as the rain came pretty early in the race. But overall, yeah,
it was a really good race. And
that was the quali.
So you had quite a good pace. Is that strategy or just practice? And also setup. Sorry, that's what I meant to say.
Oh yeah, well, I don't bother too much with the setups. I just look into time trial and do a couple of laps and choose what's best. But I did quite a lot of practicing around Australia in this week because it's not usually my best track, and it's also quite difficult to drive. I think it's definitely one of the top 5 hardest tracks in this game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So quite a lot of practice went into.
So definitely a championship contender. Ready for the next race?
Oh yeah, I love Bahrain. I'm always looking forward to it. It's a much more flowy track for me. I don't know.
I think last time in season 2, that was your first track and you won that. So hopefully you can do it again in season 3. So I just want to ask, who do you think your main competitor is in season 3?
I'm looking forward to battles. I don't know actually, because there are a couple of guys that have really good pace, but Igor surprised me probably the most because I didn't remember him for having the great pace. He was the most consistent, but I didn't know how great he was pace wise. But today he gave me quite a lot of trouble, so I'll have to look out for him.
Yeah, that was interesting from Igor Pro. So how would you describe your race in 3 words before you go?
Difficult, competitive, and good, I guess.
Yeah, so very nice. Well done. Thank you very much for racing, and I hope you're happy with that result going into the next race. Very well done.
Yeah, thank you very much, and I hope to see you after Bahrain.
Yeah, I hope to see you too. So, well, thank you very much for Magic, and we will move on to Tea of Honey, who didn't actually speak then, so I don't know if they will interview. But hello, Tea of Honey.
Hello.
Well, good race towards the end. I think you had some good pace. Well, how was it overall? Do you think?
First of all, my English is not the best, but I try my best.
That's all right, don't worry.
Yeah, my race. It was very difficult because the rain.
Yeah.
It was very good from P12 to P3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you were 10th. Oh,
No,
that's
no.
really good pace then. Very nicely done.
My quality was really bad because I think Flamings pulled me up
Oh, right.
in my first lap and cost me over 4 tenths.
Ooh.
And yeah,
that'll do
oh,
it.
don't worry.
That is a hell of a shame.
Yes. I had massive luck in the first corner. And yeah.
Very nice. And well, so that was your, as you just said, the first corner. So nicely done there. Do you think you got where you expected today? Was that your position that you were expecting to be in the top 3?
No, I didn't expect it.
Are you happy with Australia? Because I know a lot of drivers struggle with the track.
Yeah, I was happy.
Yeah. So you prepared for the race then?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Nah.
right. That's all right. And so ready for the next race into Bahrain?
For sure.
Yeah. So be very nice to see you there, and once again challenging for the top positions, maybe even a win. So thank you very much for that, and yeah, good luck at next race, and well done for 3rd place.
Thanks.
Done.
See you then.
See you then. And that has been our race today. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Been a bit hectic. Yeah, we've had some interesting times with all of the connection issues. Also, my PC not coping as well as it used to for some reason with the stream. But that has been round 1 of the LSI F1 Grand Prix, and at Australia, very interesting race, and we will be sure to see you, well, be sure to tune in once again for Bahrain. I hope you can all join us then, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. Next Friday, round 2, 20 p.m. BST, or 20 BST, 21 CEST, and also go tomorrow we have our F2 league, so be sure to go tune in tomorrow at 6 o'clock BST PM, and 7 PM CST. There you go. Almost there. And well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for the first race to all the drivers, and well, see you shortly next week, and well, not much more to say, but thank you and goodbye. Okay, I should do an interview with Vibes. All right, I'll do one more interview. Yeah, I'll do one more interview. Hello, I'll do one more interview, and I will.
Hello.
That'll be me. How was your race?
A lot of stuff happened. So, one, I pitted too early for intermediates because I thought it was a smart idea, and I was just really slow for the whole race, pretty much. And then about halfway into the wet conditions, I messed up the fast chicane, coming from the left-hander, and I just oversteered. And to correct it, I went into the gravel trap and hit the wall. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Then I had to pit again, and I got lapped.
Shame. That is a hell of a shame. And
Yeah.
so qualifying, how did that go?
Qualifying was all right.
Yeah.
It was where I expected it to be.
Not too affected by the rain then?
Nah, not really.
No. So, did you get practice in for the race? Were you ready?
I was ready. It's just messed up like last season.
Yeah. A lot of, well, unluckiness, if you like. So, hell of a shame to see you at the back once again. Had a few time penalties also.
I got the 10-second time penalty because when I went off, I apparently extended the track limits by going over the gravel trap. Apparently, I was going too fast. Maybe, I don't know. You can't go that fast on gravel.
Maybe that's
But
why.
Then I got a 10-second time penalty. It makes no sense.
Yeah, that maybe take it away, but I don't know how it would affect your position. But
Oh, it won't affect anything, so there's not really.
well, what else? Main target today's race. Where did you want to? Where do you think you should have been?
Top 10 definitely,
Top 10.
especially
Points.
with the amount of DNFs and crashes.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think. Well, John did end up just giving up. I think as they didn't want to get in anyone's way. So yeah, that was wise from them. And did you have a good setup for this race?
Yes, I did.
So that helped you with your with the track. I don't know strategy or weather or anything. So
Yeah,
ready for Bahrain?
Bahrain should be one of my best tracks. I got pole position in F2, so hopefully trying to carry the momentum there for the F1 race.
Yeah, that would be great to see you on top. Hopefully you can get a better race and not have a few issues like you have done in, well, pretty much every single race in the league. But thank you very much for racing. Can you, just before you go, can you describe this race in 3 words?
I am stupid.
Well done. Thank you very much for today. It's been great to see you race. So hopefully we can see you up in the top positions next time around.
Yep, see you next week.
Thank you very much. And that has been, once again, I'll say goodbye for the LSI Championship. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next Friday.